When you go to eat at a restaurant or a diner, let's say you order a cheeseburger, it's going to come with some predetermined combination of condiments and garnishments with it. The burger might have lettuce and tomato on it with a side of fries and a pickle. But just because that's the default option given to you does not mean that that's what you have to have. You do have the option to change it out more to your own liking. You can say, hold the lettuce and tomato for me and give me ketchup and mustard instead. If you don't want the fries, you can exchange out for a soup or coleslaw or something. So you have those options. The reason why they gave you a default option, though, is because the majority of people are really indecisive. So if you came into the restaurant and in their menu it says we have this cheeseburger and here's a list of 1,000 combinations of things you can have with it, it would overwhelm people and they wouldn't know what to do with it. So instead, the chef determines a combination that they feel is going to work for the most amount of people for their specific burger, and then give you the option to change it to your own personal taste. Life is kind of the same way because most people in the world really are low ambition. So the powers that be provide you with a cookie cutter lifestyle that will work. Even the most useless person can plug themselves into it and manage to function within society. You know, you go be a wage slave for 40 hours a week, and then you come home to your cookie cutter house, which already has all of the needed systems installed into it, and they provide you with all the mindless entertainment you can possibly want to kill your time until the next time you got to go to work again. Now, that life may work for you and it may not. It is your choice, though. You do not have to live the life given to you. You can, just like with the burger, substitute in and out what does work for you. You know, I'm seeing it so much, especially recently, where I think people are so overwhelmed by everything going on in the world that it's almost like they're paralyzed and they don't know what to do other than to just sit around and follow it. The problem with that is at that point you're accepting that cookie cutter life laid out for you by not taking any action. You know, the way we get around that and creating a life that is uniquely our own, the one we want, is by steadily planting seeds. Now, when you plant seeds for a crop, you're not planting it in the morning so that later that evening you can collect the harvest and eat it. No, you're planting it today so that somewhere down the line in the future you can have the harvest. Even though you know that a lot of things can happen between now and then. You could have bad weather that completely demolishes your crop and you get nothing. Or you can have a really great crop. But either way, you still plant with the hope that you're going to get some positive benefit down the road. And if you plant enough seeds in enough different places over a long enough period of time, the chances are that you will be getting some positive results from it. I remember at my old job, there was people who I had worked with for 10 years. And then one day we were sitting and talking and they said, "You know, Steve, when I was brand new, there was some piece of advice you gave me or something you demonstrated and helped me with. And it helped me out so much. And I've always appreciated that." And hearing that really warmed my heart, you know, because here was something that I don't even remember. It was not a big deal to me at the time, but it was so meaningful to that other person that they remembered and treasured that for 10 years before even letting me know that it meant something to them. So when you plant a seed, you may not even harvest it at the end of the season. It may be 10 seasons before you actually get harvest from it. And you may never get any kind of harvest from it. It may be a harvest that isn't what you wanted. Uh, but the whole idea is to just plant those seeds to eventually get a positive outcome in the future. Whenever you exercise, you're not exercising today so that by the end of the day you have a beach ready bod, right? It's something you do, planting those seeds over a long period of time to eventually get the results that you desire. When you're working on your finances, again, you don't pay off your debts and start saving today so that you're a millionaire by the end of the day. It just doesn't work that way. It's something that's got to be done over a long period of time. And all of these financial gurus and workout gurus, you don't need any of them because they can't know exactly what you need. They don't know your exact situation in life and your exact traits. What they are telling you is what worked for them with their specific situation in life and their specific genetic traits. That doesn't mean that that's what's going to work for you. They are once again just offering you a cookie cutter template to work from that will give you cookie cutter results. But you don't need that advice. You already know what you need to be doing. It's just a matter of simply doing it. The only advice you need is to just start planting those seeds you want. Every successful athlete, actor, artist, whatever, they spent years and years planting seeds to end up becoming an overnight success. Now, in my last video, I mentioned, I challenged all of us to say, hey, let's start putting a little bit of time each day towards our personal passion, whatever it happens to be. I actually had one person attack me for it because they believe that they can't make the time to pursue their passion, and even went so far as to call me a moron for suggesting it. Now, that is the perfect example of somebody who is so paralyzed in their current life situation that they can't even envision a future that may be different from what they currently live in their current existence. But I can assure you that one day there will be a future. Now, sure, it's possible we may never make it that far because the inevitable conclusion to life is death. So at any point, our number can get called, and that's the end of it for us. But we still need to move forward under the assumption that we are still going to be here in 5 years. So when that day comes 5 years from now, are you going to look back at today and be thankful that you planted all those seeds that are now producing for you? Or are you going to be disappointed in yourself because you didn't? The only crops which you'll have the opportunity to harvest in the future are the ones which you had planted here now. And the only future you're going to get to live is the one that you create for yourself starting right now. And if you fail to plant those seeds now, in the future, you are going to be forced to live that cookie cutter lifestyle that somebody else is going to determine for you.